Okay, folks. Today is March 29th. Welcome to the voting session of the Ways and Means Committee. We have a lot of bills on our agenda. We will start with Senate Bill 32, Senator Brooks. Delegate Feldmark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 32, Property Tax Exemption for Dwellings of Disabled Veterans application, allows a disabled veteran or surviving spouse of a disabled veteran to apply for a property tax exemption using a rating decision of the veteran's disability from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Move favorable.
Any discussion? Okay, no roll call on this. All in the motion for a favorable on Senate Bill 32, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 32 passes as favorable. Senate Bill 41, and there are amendments. Delegate Feldmark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 41 authorizes a property tax exemption to be granted retroactively to charitable or religious property in Baltimore City for up to 3 years. The amendments conform the bill to House Bill 249 as it passed the House. They require Baltimore City to file the required report instead of SSTAT. Move the amendments.
Any discussion on the amendments? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, is there a motion on the bill as amended? Move favor. Any discussion on the bill? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 41 as amended signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Senate Bill 41 passes favorably as amended. Senate Bill 55, and there are amendments. Delegate
Barnes.
Thank
you, Madam Chair. This bill alters the period of time within which a person is required to file a Maryland estate tax return for the purpose of allowing a surviving spouse to take into an account the deceased spousal unused inclusion amount to be consistent with the time for making a federal election. It is cross-filed with House Bill 179, passed the House unanimously. Has one amendment. The amendment conforms the bill to the cross-file of House Bill 179. Move the amendment.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the amendment passed. A motion on the bill as amended. Any discussion on the favorable as amended? Okay, all in favor of the favorable signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Senate Bill 55 passes favorably as amended. Senate Bill 141. Delegate Barnes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill alters the value of the subtraction modification under the Maryland income tax for the adoption of a child. It is cross-filed with House Bill 180 that also passed unanimously. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 141 passes favorably. Senate Bill 174, Delegate Barnes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill extends the termination date of a sale and use tax exemption for the sale of a specific construction materials and warehousing equipment in Baltimore County from June 30th, 2026 to June 30th, 2036. It is cross-filed with House Bill 237, which passed the House unanimously. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 174 signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 174 passes favorably. Senate Bill 189. Who is that? Delegate Barnes?
Delegate Barnes.
He's doing all the lifting.
This bill adds to the list of persons able to receive specified tax information for the purpose of administering the Maryland Small Business Retirement Savings Program and Trust, the Maryland Small Business Retirement Savings Board, and its authorized contractors. It was cross-filed with House Bill 86, passed the House earlier this session. Move the bill.
Any discussion on the bill? Okay, we are going to do a roll call on the favorable. Madam Vice Chair. Yes. Delegate Ebersol. Yes. Delegate Patterson. Yes. Delegate Buckle. Yes. Delegate Charles. Delegate Hornberger is excused. Delegate Wells is excused. Delegate Fair. Yes. Delegate Long is not here. He's excused. Okay, thank you. Delegate Miller. Delegate Henson. Delegate Muir-Q North. Delegate Grossman. Delegate Vogel. Yes. Delegate Wu. Yes. Delegate Hartman. Delegate Griffith. Yes. Delegate Attar. Delegate Plakovich Carr. Yes. Delegate Barnes.
Yes.
Delegate Feldmark. Yes. Senate Bill 189 passes as favorable. Senate Bill 205, Delegate Plakovich Carr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is an identical cross-file to the bill we passed earlier this session, HB 276 from Delegate Dana Jones. The bill extends per capita funding for libraries at the FY27 levels for all fiscal years thereafter. Move favorable.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 205 passes as favorable. Senate Bill 242, Delegate Barnes. He's working today.
This departmental bill corrects an incorrect cross-file reference of the Federal Internal Revenue Code relating to the Federal Work Opportunity Tax Credit. Move the bill.
Any discussion except for Delegate Buckles' comment? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 242 passes as favorable. Senate Bill 243, Delegate Barnes.
This departmental bill limits eligibility for the state child and dependent care tax credit to residents taxpayers. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 243 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Senate Bill 243 passes favorably. Senate Bill 280, and there are amendments. Delegate Plakovich Carr.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is the cross-file to the bill we heard earlier this year and passed from Delegate Patterson, having to do with licensing of child care providers on military bases if they're also certified by the Department of Defense. There is an amendment before the committee. It basically is changing one term in the bill to conform to the terminology that's used by DOD and to conform to what we previously passed on the House bill. Move the amendments.
Any discussion on the amendments? Is your light just on, Delegate Barnes? Or?
No.
Okay. All in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the amendment's passed. Motion on the bill. Any discussion on the bill as amended? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Senate Bill 280 passes favorably as amended. Senate Bill 302, Delegate Ebersol.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill is identical to the House cross-file HB 656. Requires the Talbot County Board of Education to elect a president and vice president from the last meeting each year instead of at the first meeting. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 302, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 302 passes favorably. Senate Bill 312, Delegate Barnes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill makes the $250,000 distribution from the state's unclaimed property tax fund by the comptroller to the tax clinic for low-income Marylanders fund permanent beginning in fiscal year 2024. It's a cross-file from House Bill 346, which passed the House unanimously. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 312 signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 312 passes favorably. Senate Bill 384, Delegate Feldmark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 384 is identical to House Bill 648 as it passed the House. This bill increases the auctioneer's fee at a tax sale in Garrett County from $8 to $10 for each property sold.
Motion on the bill? Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 384 signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 384 passes favorably. Senate Bill 402, Delegate Ebersol.
Madam Chair, this bill is a cross-file to House Bill 402, same number, and creates a non-voting student member within the Kent County Board of Education.
No one else found that funny?
Good planning
Okay.
by the Kent County Board of Education. The bill is slightly different than the version passed in the House. The student member is no longer required to attend 2 meetings in May and June prior to joining the board. Additionally, the student member of the board has to be a member of the student government rather than a student government association representative. The delegation has approved the Senate version. Move the Senate version. Yes, well, he's doing the best he can.
Any discussion on Senate Bill 402?
No, I've fallen and I can't get up. Okay.
All in favor of Senate Bill 402, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 402 passes favorably. Senate Bill 435, Delegate Feldmark.
Madam Chair, Senate Bill 435 is identical to House Bill 508 as it passed the House. The bill authorizes local governments to define who is a law enforcement officer or rescue worker for purposes of a local option property tax credit. Move favorable.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 435, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 435 passes favorably. Senate Bill 518, Delegate Feldmark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 518 is identical to House Bill 779 as it passed the House. The bill authorizes local governments to seek a court order assigning a certificate of sale to the local government if the holder of the certificate has started foreclosure but not completed it in a timely manner. Seek a court order transferring ownership of a property to the local government if the holder of the certificate of sale has not paid the balance of the purchase price and recorded a deed after obtaining a foreclosure judgment, and withhold property from tax sale and obtain the certificate of sale for a property that has a vacant building or structure that the local government intends to demolish for safety reasons. Move favorable.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of Senate Bill 518, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Senate Bill 518 passes favorably. Senate Bill 822, Delegate Ebersol.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This bill is identical to House Bill 689, which has an illustrious sponsor as it passed the House. It allows a student enrolled in a P-TECH program to receive a high school diploma whenever the student has completed the high school graduation requirements, even if the student has not completed the entire P-TECH program. Move the bill.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Senate Bill 822 passes favorably. We have 3 bills, House Bill 603, House Bill 594, and House Bill 1095. I move that we accept the withdrawals. Is there a second? Second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, all of those have successfully been withdrawn. Thank you. We are voting tomorrow. Stay tuned for a time. Thank you all. Bye.